Persian food is not spicy, and I mean not spicy at all. And there's actually a very good reason for it. But first of all, let me clarify what I exactly mean. By Persian, I don't mean all Iranian food. I specifically mean urban Persians from the north and northwest of the country, along with Azeris such as myself. Southern Iranians eat plenty of spicy food, and they have a lot of East African and South Indian influences because of that water trade connection. And by spicy, what I mean is specifically peppers, not aromas, not flavors. Our food is plenty flavorful. Why is it not spicy when all of our neighbors seem to have spicy food? This is because Iranians are a Hellenized or Greekified people. Not only were we conquered by Alexander the Great, but some of our oldest interactions with outside civilizations were the Greeks. And up until about 100 years ago, when the Ottomans had a population transfer, we had Greeks right on our western border. So Iran was plenty Hellenized, even though we often don't think about it, unfortunately. And the Greeks had this idea cooked up by Galenists or Galen that the human body is made up of four tempers: hot, dry, cool, and wet. And that a food could balance these tempers or throw them out of whack and give you food sickness. Not food poisoning, like when there's a germ inside the food, but food sickness because it's been thrown out of whack. And Persians still have this belief, which is why if you get sick in a Persian household, your mother will often say, garmi kardi, sardi kardi, you've taken to heat or taken to cool. When I cooked Indian food for the first time for an Iranian friend in Tehran, he ate it and he was bewildered by how spicy it was. But he couldn't allow himself to enjoy it because he said, first of all, I need to balance this. Otherwise, it will make me sick. So we got some yogurt so that the dry heat of the spice could be balanced with the cool moistness of the yogurt. They could counteract each other and keep his temperament at bay. And if you want to know how this stuff works, if you go to a restaurant in Iran or if you just ask your parents, point to two items on the menu and say, do these mix together in terms of this temperament? I've even been corrected sometimes, as someone ultimately raised in America, I'm not fully versed in this system. They've said, hey, the items you've picked don't mix with the tab well. Do you want to add a third item to kind of bring them into full kind of holistic balance? And I really like this approach of being mindful of what we eat. Maybe it's not ultimately scientifically true, but I think it is helpful to be thoughtful about the things we eat and how they affect us. So this explains why Persian food, although it's plenty aromatic, plenty tasty, plenty good, it is not heavy on red pepper spice. So if you're used to that, maybe next time you cook an Iranian dish, just sprinkle in a little bit of red pepper, but just be careful for that temperament being thrown out of whack. If you want to learn Persian culture and language for free, then just see the link in my bio. There are plenty of classes.